In this episode, what's a job that is so hyped up, but in reality, it's absolutely trash?
And on the flip side, we'll dive into some of my drunk thoughts from Mike's bachelor party weekend while going into the Savannah Bananas game. And I just want you all to know, dudes rock. Mike, hit the music. Time to strap on your socks and grab your rocks. It's time to step into another episode of the Funny Business Podcast. As I just told Mike as we were starting, we are officially 1,500 episodes away from 1,776 episodes. That's America for you. Hope you're all having a great day. We are refreshed. We are energized. We are tired. We are eating salads this week. Mike, how are you? How are things?
What happened this weekend?
I went on a trip. What'd you do this weekend?
Oh, me too.
Oh, that's crazy.
What'd you do?
Did I see you this weekend?
I vaguely remember.
We had Mike's bachelor party this weekend. It was great. It was a great time. Appreciate all the boys coming out. Mike, hope you had fun.
Matt, I will say we were having our little breakdown sesh with of course, my lovely fiance, soon-to-be wife, Jenna. And we had perfect weather in the instances where we needed to have perfect weather. Had good beers, had a good time. We had good laughs, and hopefully, most importantly, we had good sleep, because I think that's that's where we need it these days, is sleep, because we're getting old. And we need as many hours because we need those beauty sleep hours to freshen us up.
That we did. I'll have some thoughts later on the trip in the episode. You can all probably guess what segment we're doing later today. But my voice has resurrected itself as of like noon today. I almost texted you this morning and being like, I don't think I can do the podcast. It hurt to talk. I felt fine. I just had no voice. Everyone at work was like, are you sick? I was like, no, I was on a bachelor party this weekend. So that got some laughs.
And more importantly, I was singing and dancing with the Savannah Bananas, more importantly.
That was a highlight of the summer, I think.
The bachelor, once in a lifetime bachelor party.
It quite literally is once in a lifetime.
So Matt took me to see the Savannah Bananas, which we've talked about on the show. I have come to find out / know these tickets are just absolutely redonkulous in terms of trying to get, and it fell within the bachelor weekend, which resulted in going to the Savannah Bananas for a bachelor party, which statistically speaking, I don't think it's been done.
Probably never been done. No. Right. What was your favorite part outside of hitting no traffic on the way down?
Just from that day within itself, or the whole weekend?
From the Savannah Bananas. Because the best part of the bachelor weekend was we left the lake we're at down to Philly with one stop, and other than stopping for gas, we didn't hit a single second of traffic. That was the best part of the whole weekend.
Matt and I were on pins and needles because we were just like, are we sure we're going to the right? Like, I had to double check to make sure the address was correct first. I was like, are we sure we're going to the right place? Are we sure the traffic's not like updated yet? Yeah, crazy stuff. I think my favorite part, it kept cracking me up because Trent was sitting next to me, and just how much, like, because Trent's a ball player, like we all know he's a ball player, just how much he was getting tired of the in between strikes, hits, walks, sprints, in between the little dance sessions that they had, or the walk-up entrances that they had. Trent's like, can we just play the game?
I think my favorite part was the game Who's Your Daddy?
Who's Your Daddy? Yes.
Who's Your Daddy was great. I'll explain it a little quick. It was 4 contestants. It was a son, a father, and 2 random dads that was not the father of this child.
Or dudes.
Yeah, just guys being dudes. They blindfolded the child. They then put the dads in random order. All of the men, I will call them, inhaled helium, had to sing part of a song, and the child had to guess which one was his father. The most impressive part was he got it correct.
He got it correct.
Which was awesome.
I will say that he I don't think he sucked enough helium though. The real dad for his singing part.
That's to be determined. Yeah. We'll have to wait for the all 22 tapes to come out for that one.
Well, to check it out. But what a job, Matt. What a crazy job in terms of being on the field and handing a mic to somebody and being like, all right, who's your daddy? Which one is it? Maybe it's the first base coach that was dancing all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know how he did it.
Yeah. Or finding, a couple that's been married for 57 years to absolutely swap spit and lick each other's face on field. That was crazy too.
Just that sentence was crazy the way
I just forgot how to speak. That's how crazy it is.
Or maybe it's the vendors that were selling a bunch of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Matt, I'm here to bring you today's segment.
Okay.
So I went on Reddit, and a Reddit poster by the name of Recent Frame 571 asked the prompt, what's a job that is so hyped up, but in reality is absolute trash?
Oh, okay.
Matt, there were over 5,800 posts to this prompt. Here are some of the most upvoted and revealing responses. But before I do, Matt, take some guesses. What is a job that is so hyped up, but in reality, it is absolutely trashed?
I'm going to say, working in sports has got to be on there, I would think. I'm going to throw out maybe like a massage therapist.
A masseuse?
Masseuse. There's a lot of creeps out there and sickos and perverts. I would say maybe professional athlete, just because of all the mental health stuff, and there's a lot of sacrifices. Like I was listening to a former Philly give an interview, and they basically have to like be very selfish and like they can't leave the team in the summer to go like to a wedding or birthday parties and all that stuff. So that can be hyped up too.
I mean, you get paid a boatload of money just to play a game. So
yeah, I would kill to have that job, but
there's some sacrifices. Like, come on now, let's all understand that with the the benefits comes some of the cons. The pros comes with the cons. So
yep.
But Matt, these are the most upvoted ones, and of course, in my favorite fashion, I'm going to share who submitted the comment by their username, which of course, what a fun time. So
that's
Matt,
my favorite part too.
The first one is a successful dash worker 139. He said a chef.
That's a great one.
So there's a description for everyone. So he said, cooking gets glamorized a lot. Celebrity chefs make it look like big money, rock star stuff. The reality is very long days with very low pay, even for very high end skill sets.
Yeah, and everybody's critics. It's probably great food, but you're always going to have probably one or two people a day that are going to send something back or be jerks about the food because it didn't come out, quote, how they like it, when in reality it's perfectly fine.
Yeah. And very often I find it funny that there are some restaurants that have the chef come out and talk to the people. So on top of that, you're also asking them to be out in front of house to try to like interact with the people. It always throws me off.
What's one dish? You're hired for a restaurant for a day. You can only make one dish that has to please everybody. What are you making?
Gosh.
What's your specialty?
Pizzadillas.
Are you kidding me?
I almost said pizzadillas.
Are you kidding me?
Well, no, because it's like you could make like a pepperoni one. You can make a barbecue chicken one. You can make a buffalo chicken. If I really wanted to, I could just take a whole crock pot and make my taco pasta for all we know.
Yeah, that could work. I'm going to pork chops and carrots.
Okay.
Honey dill carrots.
I was like, what are you doing with the carrots?
Honey dill. And then pork chops, just shake and bake.
Shake and bake. All
so
right.
Easy.
Next one. A film actor by Sweeper 1985. Former film actor here. It has some good parts, but it's also a lot of long days and nights, travel, hanging around, and repetitive tasks. The impact on your self-esteem is even worse. You learn to view yourself as a product and compete with other human beings who also see themselves as products. It's dehumanizing, especially if you're a young person or a woman.
I can see that because the struggle to get up to being a really, really good actor, there's a lot of bad movies in there. And that's not necessarily your fault, but then you get associated with like bad movies. And yeah, I can see how it's not very rewarding at the end of the day.
The next one at user Pimento Cheese and Aaron Arian. It's like Aaron Erin and then Aaron. Which, funnily enough, veterinarian as a glamorous, hyped up job, but is absolute dog shit, literally. I try to help animals, but the job ends up balancing one rewarding case with 10 terrible ones. Animals you could have helped, but the owners couldn't afford it, or their owners waited too long to bring them in. Verbally abusive clients, heartbreaking euthanasia in one room to a puppy wellness visit in the next. It's crushing.
It is crushing. So, quick little story. My brother wanted to be a veterinarian when he was in high school.
Okay.
He did a job shadowing at a veterinarian office and witnessed an emergency as he was in the back, and they lost a dog in the back, like as he was there. Not like lost, like couldn't find, like the dog passed away as he was shadowing, and he came home. He's like, I don't want to be a vet.
I don't want to do it.
I was horrified, and I don't blame him. That's terrible. Like, everybody loves animals, and if you're an animal person, you love animals, but like having to deal with that every day, that's tragic.
The next one by General C.H. Melchett. Jobs with frequent international travel. It's fun and sexy at first, then very boring and tiresome after a while.
Yeah, constantly going to the airport probably sucks.
It's fun every once in a while, but not fun when you have to do it frequently.
Yeah, like if you have to fly once a month for work, I feel bad for you.
Yeah, I know some people that do that, and it's exhausting.
And there's people that fly multiple times a week. Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
From Medium Buffalo Wings.
Nice.
A video game quality assurance tester. Some people think it's a party where you just play video games all day, but quality assurance is regularly looked down on by the rest of the teams, and the monotonous and repetitive test plans and compliance checks can absolutely suck out the fun of video games for you.
I don't know about this one.
You have no idea what this occupation is.
No, I understand what it is. I think that sounds awesome.
Would you want to be in the position, though, where you are criticizing the game instead of playing it? So if you took MLB The Show,
yeah,
and it wasn't at its finished product yet, and you were looking at every nook and cranny detail to see if the game was up to snuff.
So let me put it in terms you're going to understand. So I'm working for 2K. 2K's paying me. Do you know who Sony Studios is?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Never mind. So basically, like, I'm working for the company making the game. I'm testing the game to check out like bugs and stuff and see if it's good or bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that rocks. I would love to have that job. Probably doesn't pay very well, but.
Next one from One of Nothing 999. A brewer.
Oh.
Crippling work, terrible pay, and inevitable alcoholism.
I don't know about inevitable alcoholism. Yeah, I don't know about that. It's definitely hard to start up, especially if you're like a independent person. It's good if you get a good reputation. I think it's hard to get that good reputation, though.
I mean, that's with any business. You got to start with a reputation, and then if you go into something like a brewer, which, by the way, a brewery in Pennsylvania like just pops up like weeds.
Yeah, there's one every block.
There's one every block. And of course, people like me who have an opinion.
And then, you know, there's brewers that then get like fancy and make like a brewery that's also like a simulator place, and then they don't have parking signs at their brewery, and then it's a whole thing.
Yeah, maybe they were just a host.
They may have been a host, but then they let civilians park in the staff parking that's actually not for civilians, and then you walk in the brewery and then you have to move your car, and then they turn you away because there's a wait.
Sounds very detailed and sounds like it's from experience.
No, it happens to everybody.
Oh, okay.
That didn't happen this weekend.
Sure. All right. From Dangerous Buffalo 43. A surgeon. I dated one and he had all kinds of issues. He was extraordinarily gifted, but I think treating people like cars in a shop can affect your brain a bit.
I got a question for you.
Sure. The resident surgeon here.
Do you think being a surgeon sounds fun?
I would be anxious AF the whole time.
Yeah.
I don't know how they do it.
I can't even play. What's the operation? I couldn't even do that as a kid. Do you think I could do like open heart surgery? Nope.
Rubber band was really getting to you.
Yeah. I don't remember playing the game much, but I wasn't good.
Next one from Pura Vida 1904. Speaking of traveling, a flight attendant says, yes, you get to travel, but the pay is bad. Hours are tough, and you need to deal with cranky people. You
also can't really, it's hard to have like a family and consistent like friend group because you're traveling all the time. And yeah, that's very difficult.
I mean, some people have glamorized it on the TikTok. I mean, they've always like done it that way, but ultimately, you're traveling all the time.
And I think that takes a certain person to do that kind of job.
Next one from Pixelbit, a graphic designer. Overworked, underpaid, misunderstood, majorly undervalued. Anyone with Canva thinks they can do your job. Having to sling creativity on demand like a server at a diner burns you out so quickly. I can relate.
Yeah, I'm gonna toss this to you, but as someone who has Canva for work, I don't think I can do what they do. It still does take a level of skill to make a good graphic. Where I'm gonna toss it to you is, how much does it suck that when people know you can make shit, they just text you all the time, expect you to do it for free?
That has happened to me very, not recently, but it has evolved over the years. But the people who have at least done it at least appreciated it and somehow repaid it in a way. From Lard Hop, a entrepreneur or a small business owner.
Yeah.
Everyone says you're your own boss and you're in charge of your own time, but the truth is you'll work more than you ever did for someone else. And every problem is your problem. Then you end up earning less anyway.
Yeah, the problem with being your own boss is you then have to be a boss. And that sounds like a lot of work.
From Lucidity X, it says a physician, or in parentheses, primary care in the United States.
Oh, you don't say.
Says, yes, it pays well, but you sacrifice your 20s doing a ton of school, missing events, and racking up $500,000 in debt. Then you finally become an attending, only to realize you can't do your job well because insurance companies are constantly fighting you to not pay for things that would make patients healthier.
Yeah, and you also have no time. Work constantly, overtime, on call. That sucks.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to rip through these because, I want to save time for some nice conversation for you, Matthew. From Big Adam, still in the healthcare field, a registered nurse.
Yep.
Possible Okra 7527 says sales.
Working in sales is ass.
They always talk about how much money you can make. In reality, it's a lot of pressure and not that much money.
And nobody picks up the phone.
From Puzzlehead Dog 1154, construction trades.
I love when people just add random ass numbers to the end of their usernames.
So it says, everyone says don't go to college, go into trades these days. The pay is overhyped and you run the risk of absolutely destroying your body by the time you're 40. Little Deaths 666, a big law or lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
From Altruistic Carry 684, the military.
Okay.
And then from Rainbow Armpit, a librarian.
Oh, okay.
No, we don't get to sit around and read all day. We deal with the terrible public, low wages, and understaffing too. So
this Reddit thread hit almost every job you can have.
Yeah. So this did say, these kinds of comment threads destroyed my mental health in my early 20s and convinced me not to pursue a lot of my passions. If you're reading this and feel drawn to a career mentioned here, go for it. Reddit has a major negativity bias, and boy, they do.
Are you saying the internet can be negative?
Matt, they might be. They can be.
I only know sunshine and rainbows on the internet.
Yeah, because of the X.com, the everything app.
X.com, the everything app. That's the most positive app on earth.
How much money you want to put on that?
$0. You know what career they didn't have on there?
Podcaster.
Yep. We just got to hit it big. We just got to do it.
Yeah.
What if we just did it?
Just quit our jobs today?
No. Well, no, we got to hit it big first. But why don't we just hit it big?
Oh.
Like,
we don't have somebody like Little Yachty on a podcast.
That's true. Yeah. You know what? I got to shave my head and dye it blonde.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like, I'm going to say one of your favorite sayings right now. Let's just go viral. Let's just do it.
Just go viral.
Yeah. I don't know why I didn't think of that before now.
Okay. Yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll have a business meeting for the Funny Business Podcast.
Okay, nice.
If you love the job or if you're looking to pursue it, go for it.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it is a job. I mean, you want to do something that interests you, but at the same time, don't let other people rain on your parade. Okay.
Yeah, everybody's experiences are different. And if you get into that career and then you realize it's not for you, that doesn't mean you messed up or you made a wrong choice. That means you just experienced life. That happens. And some people go for one thing, they end up in another, or they go for one thing, start in another, go to another, and then come back to the other. Mm-hmm. Or it's a wild road. And for people who are in their early 20s trying to pursue a career, the thing that you may be doing may not be the last thing you're doing. I'm not really using my degree at the moment too much. It happens.
Unless you're shooting baskets.
That does happen sometimes. Yeah,
throwing it down.
That's a good point.
Because sport management is all about just shooting basketballs.
That's true. That's what I did in college. I actually did have to create a new sport in college, like for the Olympics. That was fun. I couldn't tell you what I did. I think we did ultimate frisbee and can jam into one. That was pretty fun.
I always find it funny, and this is something I think you corrected me on, of calling it what it is, sport management without the S. And
Correct.
There's so many times where I see people calling it sports management. I'm like, that's not the program.
Yeah. Put some respect to my damn name. It's sport management. You're not playing sports. You're learning the business. And it's more of a business degree, but in relation to sports, because it is very different than running a business.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. All right, we're going to slide on into the second half of the show. Before we do that, I want to point out this week's person of the week.
Bryce Harper.
We have Bryce Harper. Mike, did you see the news story?
Why.
Yes.
I know why.
Would you like to explain?
Yes, Rob Manfred decides to be really cool being the commissioner and decides to, during his time during the season, visit every ballpark and every team so that way he can connect closer to the players.
Yes.
And then, of course, talks about, or actually doesn't directly reference about the salary cap, but somehow wants to talk about that because, he wants to build the relationships with the players. And then Bryce Harper says, if you want to talk about that, then you can get the out. To his face.
Nose to nose, supposedly.
Nose to nose, to his face.
It's hilarious. It's also not good. The Major League Baseball CBA is up after next year, 2026. And we might not have baseball for a year. It's going to get ugly because the owners want a salary cap. The players definitely don't. And I understand why the players don't. I also understand why the owners do. The easy solution is just to put a salary floor. Like, there's so many teams not trying, and it'd be nice if don't just create a floor, make the floor high. Like, these owners have money, they're making a lot of money. Now every team's different, but if you set the floor high, then they're going to start handing out money. And that's, at the end of the day, if we can eliminate or not put a salary cap in, but make these owners actually spend a lot of money for their team, I think that could be a win-win.
And two, you're giving a better reinforcement of like a positive affirmation with the players too. And that's why you're having a team. It's because of the players, and people are coming to see the players. I mean, yeah, they're there to support the team. We need to have players to support the team. And if they aren't there, then now granted, flip side, Bryce Harper is one of the highest paid players in the entire MLB.
Yep, that's a fact.
So is it weird that he's the one that comes up and says that? I mean, yeah, because he is very influential, but I think people could look at it from a flip side of being like, oh, well, Bryce Harper doesn't want to cut his, $300 and something odd $1 million contract. 330.
I also think it, in a way, he's sticking it for his guys because he knows if there's salary cap, he wouldn't have gotten where he is. He's sticking up for his team. He's sticking up for players in baseball that he knows will want that money and would mean a lot to them and their families.
And if they had to make a salary cap, then other players would also get paid less, technically.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's going to get ugly. We're going for a lockout. We might not have a season. It's going to lose a lot of fans. It's going to be interesting. Maybe banana ball becomes more popular.
Like, I know, like, the Players Association, like Chris Paul was like one of the leading people in the NBA who's representation for the Players Association.
That's a good question. I think it's Mookie Betts. I think he's with the Dodgers. Right. Yeah, I believe that's who it is. Also, at the end of the day, people that complain players make too much money. While it might be true, it's not my money. I don't care. I wish the Yankees would have given Juan Soto $700 million. Is he overpaid? Absolutely. Is he now fat and lazy? Absolutely. Would I have been happy if they would have signed him? Absolutely. That being said, it is time for our segment. And what better segment to do after a bachelor weekend than Matt's drunk thoughts? Mike, we had a beer or two this weekend.
Yeah.
Let's dive into my thoughts. I don't have a lot. I have like 6. First thought, huge rock.
Yes, they do.
That they do. Getting the boys together, always a good time. Second thought. Now, I know this might be contradictory not contradictory, but obviously you're getting married and we maybe at some point started a family and really spending a lot of time with Jenna. We need more boys trips.
Mm.
Yeah. Now, I'm not even saying like far away trips, but more sleepovers, like trips that involve more than just dinner and like a couple hours.
I will say there are people that still have those outings. It's not dead, and it's certainly not something that's taboo. It's a thing.
This was really our first one, though.
Yeah. I mean,
like trip going somewhere.
Come to think about it,
yeah, it rocked.
It did.
Yeah.
I will say, Matt was at my house, so we went. Well, technically, we went to this lake from Friday to Sunday. But Matt was at my house Thursday night, and from Thursday night till about Sunday coming home from the Bananas game, I feel like, and I'm sure I've unlocked a lot of memories, and you have unlocked a lot of memories of like college that wasn't even thought of. And by the time we were just cracking up because the shit that we were talking about was just so funny, but it wasn't even a joke or anything. It was just how college was and just how ridiculous it was, that today we're just like, man, like we thought that was bad. Like now here we are today making a paycheck and trying to pay off bills and student loans. Like here we are.
There's even so many things that we didn't at the time think like, oh, that's such a funny moment. It's just like that was how we lived. And I think I'm thinking of one specific one you said in the car. I was like, oh my gosh, that's hilarious. I never even thought about that, but yeah, that's true. Yeah, it is good to reminisce. Third drunk thought: liquor is evil.
Do we have liquor at the?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
So now I will say the most drunk I actually got was Thursday night at your house, because you just had to be 3 huge IPA. I think the smallest one was like 7%.
Started you off easy with a single IPA, and then they just kept hamming you up with doubles.
Yeah, but we drank. We just drank beer all weekend.
Yeah.
I didn't feel bad in the morning, but in college, when you drink liquor all the time, including beer, you feel like shit.
Yeah,
is that a life hack?
I mean, I mean, can't say it's a healthy life hack.
No.
But I think being more cognizant of hydrating and also any extra supplemental materials like the Bye Bye Weekend, if you're listening to sponsor us, Bye Bye Weekend, making sure that you're just detoxing and just getting that crap out and getting ready for the next round.
Yeah, definitely not healthy. I did get a salad for lunch today, which was phenomenal. But yeah, I think there's something to be said about liquor, man. Makes you do stupid shit, makes you feel worse. Beer's the way to go.
Here.
And as the song goes, in heaven there is no beer.
That's why we drink it here.
There we go. Next thought: I still don't want to buy a boat. We did go on a boat ride. Shout out our captain. Forget his name. Awesome dude.
I don't even think we asked for his name.
He said his name. I didn't listen.
Oh, we just kept calling him Captain.
He was great. We actually, I think, got close to an extra half hour on the boat, which was awesome. The boat ride was phenomenal. Had great weather, a lot of fun, a lot of laughs. Jumped in the lake. That was cool. Still, owning a boat still sucks.
There's a lot of maintenance to it.
And it's so expensive.
Yeah, I mean, you heard one's for sale for $40,000, so it's.
Yeah, everybody's got that laying around.
Yeah, everybody's got that money laying around. You can buy a car with that thing.
I do highly suggest, though, getting a boat with the captain, with the boys, just drinking, having a good time.
It's great.
That was awesome. It was so awesome. I closed my app. Next thought, also on the boat: jumping in a lake without a life vest is a bad idea. Now, I don't know if we're just overweight, old. Mike, I jumped in the water the first time, out of shape. Uh-huh. That's a good point. Yeah. We jumped into the lake the first time without a life vest. I think we were all out of breath by the time we came up.
We jumped in, swam up, and we were treading water for about 20 seconds. And then all of us just started shifting over, trying to hang on to the boat because we were just so tired. And then was it Phil? Yeah, Phil got the life vest. Phil was the only one who didn't jump in yet. Phil got the life vest. I was like, and I think Mark was like, "Is there more?" And the captain's like, "Oh yeah, there's plenty more." And then that was the hack, was you jump in with a life jacket and then you don't have to worry about treading water the whole time.
Yeah, that was amazing. That's the first time I ever jumped in a lake. I told you that.
You
It's
did.
a lot of fun.
30 feet below you.
30 feet. It was pretty warm. I wasn't cold at all.
Did you consider what was underneath that 30 feet below you?
No. What do you think was underneath us?
Fish.
Fish.
Rocks.
Algae.
Trash.
Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah, Loch Ness Monster.
Could be. Yeah. What do you think the biggest creature in that lake was?
Probably a snapping turtle.
That would have rocked.
Losing a limb.
I did. Yeah. I did tell Trent to go catch duck. He got pretty close.
So I sent, and I don't know if I told you this yet, but I sent our pastor from our church pictures from the bachelor weekend, because I was telling him, I was like, hey, like, can't do the podcast for the sermon. And I sent her the picture of all of us in our life jackets. Did I tell you this?
No, but go on.
So there's a picture of all 5 of us in the lake, and we're all wearing life jackets, and it's from the boat. He said, the picture of you guys in the water looks like perhaps your boat had a major failure and is now leaving you behind.
It was pretty funny.
It was good.
I have one final thought. This, you could say, is unrelated to the weekend. This is just a general good life advice. Always double check important text messages. That's just very important. There's so many times, and I do think about this quite often, where I go to send like a text and I'm like, did I send that to the wrong like Joe? Did I send that to the wrong Alan? And you double check, and most of the time you do it. Or even like, you know, you're texting like someone, you know who you're texting, but like, did I say like can't instead of can? Like, it's very, you gotta double check.
Yeah, I mean, depending on how the person can respond, like sometimes it could be really, really funny. And then other times it could be disastrous, and then you're having a horrible night.
Yeah. And especially when you're drinking, because there's nothing worse than waking up after, like in college, waking up after a night of drinking when you don't remember what happened and you're like, shit, did I text anyone anything? That's a horrific feeling to have.
Listen, that's why you send text messages. You don't send any Snapchat messages, because God forbid it's going to go away. And yeah, maybe that's good on your part, but like the other person, they may have seen something.
You know what they can do? Click screenshot.
Screenshot.
Then your junk is all over the internet. Nobody wants that.
I'm more just thinking of an autocorrect instead of
yeah, nobody wants to be a bad speller.
Matt's just going full junk. That's
no, I don't.
Stop the junk. Hashtag stop the junk.
We should have had that on a shirt for this weekend. Hashtag stop the junk.
Jeez. Yeah, because that's even going to make the situation even better, considering
yes,
your life advice.
Yes, it is. That was my drug thoughts from this past weekend.
Oh man. Well, it certainly wasn't the hangover. Let's put it out that way. It certainly was not the hangover or hangover part 2 or part 3. So it was Matt, I will say, and I said it in your text, what a wonderful time. What a wonderful job you did. And it's good that you only do it once, because we're not doing it again. As far as like celebrating me as a bachelor.
I was going to say till my time's up.
Till your time is up.
Thank you. It was a fun weekend. Glad the boys had fun. Glad we could all get together. There was a little bit of like nervousness on like Friday, Saturday, when it was like, is this like, could I have done more? Could I have planned more? Could we have like scheduled things? And I was like, no, like this guys being dudes, like we'll figure it out. Like, we just didn't have dinner planned Saturday, just grilled some burgers and dogs. Nothing better.
Well, and you planned. Like you had ideas. Yeah. You had concepts of the plan.
Yes. and honestly, like one day was completely planned. If guys have a 3-day weekend itinerary, 30% of it's going to get followed. It was great.
Yeah, it was wonderful. It was a good time. A good example of what a best man should do for a bachelor party.
Yep, I appreciate that. I was glad your dad was able to join us. Jenna's dad was able to join us.
Yep, that was also another hit that's probably not familiar with. We had the dads join us, which was pretty fun.
Yeah, that was a really nice touch. Really cool.
Yeah, find all of our good stuff at beacons.ai/funnybusinesspod, Facebook, Instagram, x.com, the everything app, Twitch, merch site. all that good stuff. So, Mr. Matthew,
Ish.
what is your advice for the good people, the coworkers of the funny business world?
This might be kind of niche advice, but when you get back home after a long weekend, when you've been away for 4 days and you're really tired, but you also know, and you know you should get some sleep, but you also kind of want to still like relax and do something before bed. Don't start playing a video game and then keep playing the video game and then keep playing the video game and then, oh shit, it's 12:30. I have to be up in 6 hours for work, and then get off the video game and then go to bed and then scroll TikTok for 45 minutes because you lose time on TikTok. Then it's 1:30 in the morning. You're like, oh shit, I have to be up for work in 5 hours, and then go to bed.
I can't promise anything will. I can't promise. I can't promise anything will happen.
I was so it was like 9:30. I was like, I really did want to play a video game, but I'm kind of tired.
You did.
Maybe I'll just go to bed. And then it went downhill from there.
Can I add an addendum to that?
Yeah.
Try your best to unpack everything as soon as you get home.
I brought everything in the house.
That counts.
Yeah, that I unpacked the car.
There you go.
Yeah. I do struggle with that. I always put my clothes away. Now tonight I have to put everything else away. Which in reality isn't horrible.
I actually I follow the same bit. So
yeah.
Be sure to get your rest, take your vitamins, say your prayers.
That's a fact.
That is a big fact.
Yep.
And thank you all so much for tuning in. And until the next time, we'll see you all in the next episode.
Stay safe, everyone.